Good afternoon, YouTube friends and family. This is your girl, Laura, and today I'm going to be vlogging about procrastination. Are you a procrastinator? Well, the American Dictionary defines procrastination as the art of delaying or putting off a task until a later date, the art of not meeting a deadline. And I am reading this book about procrastination. I'll show that to you. And it's Procrastination, Why Do You Do It? What to Do About It? And it's by Jane B. Burka and Lenore M. Ewan. And I found out that I'm a procrastinator. There's a quote about procrastinators, and it reads, "Procrastination is the art of keeping up with yesterday and avoiding today." So why do we procrastinate? We procrastinate when a task is too difficult or too tedious. We procrastinate when a task is considered to be less enjoyable. Now, what are some of the characteristics or telltale signs of a procrastinator? Well, I found out that I am a procrastinator. Maybe not on a serious high level, but I do suffer with procrastination at times. And one of the telltale signs of a procrastinator is the idea that everything must be perfect. Perfectionism. Procrastinators have a all or nothing thinking. Procrastinators, they put off a task for fear of failure, fear of success, believe that or not, fear of making a mistake. That's a big one. And that falls up under the perfectionist title. Procrastinators, they put off a task because they feel overwhelmed by the task. It's too large, it's overwhelming. Procrastinators, they fail when a task is too large. They fail to set goals as far as if a task is large, breaking it down into tiny workable pieces until they can get it accomplished. Procrastinators, they love the pressure of meeting a deadline at the last minute. They get that big energy rush from waiting to the last minute to complete something, and it shows that they can get it done. Also, procrastinators, when a task is too overwhelming, they shut down. They prefer to go and have fun, Instead of typing that term paper, that 20-page term paper, it gets too overwhelming. They've waited till the last minute. The teacher gave the assignment a month and a half ago, but it's down to the last 3 days. So coming up with 20 pages of material, that can be overwhelming. So they shut down and go play a video game, go hang out with friends, go and do something fun. Now, there are several areas in which we procrastinate, and I'm going to list those for you. We procrastinate in our areas of household, work, school, personal care, social relationships, and finances. So, how do we procrastinate in the area of household? We procrastinate putting off chores that we don't want to do. Household projects, cleaning out those closets, organizing the closets, car maintenance repairs. Those are just a few examples of areas that we procrastinate in concerning our household. Well, how do we procrastinate as far as work? Writing reports required for work, making decisions at work, we put it off. We put off looking for a better job or a career. We put off job-related reading material, things that we need to read in order to keep up on top of our jobs. Or we put off planning for a meeting at work, getting all the materials together. We waited till the last minute to do that. How do we procrastinate in the area of schooling? We procrastinate putting off doing homework, writing papers, as I mentioned before, completing degree requirements, and waiting to the last minute to cram for exams and tests. Does any of that sound familiar? Sounds familiar to me. I've done many of those things many a times. Well, how do we procrastinate in the area of personal care? We put off exercise, losing weight, stopping, quitting to smoke. We put off taking courses of personal interest. And we put off making medical and dental appointments. Those are just some of the areas we procrastinate in. How do we procrastinate in our social relationships? Oh, we procrastinate by putting off calling friends or visiting family and friends. We procrastinate by not asking for help or confronting a problem or an issue or letting someone know that something upsets us. How do we procrastinate in our finances? We procrastinate by waiting until the last minute to fill out our income taxes, organizing the receipts to prepare for filing income taxes. We procrastinate in the area of budgeting money. How many times every year do we say, oh, I'm going to do a budget? I'm going to set a budget. It never happens. Um, how many of us put off balancing our checkbook? I must raise my hand. I do that lots of times. I hate balancing my checkbook. So that's one of the areas that I procrastinate in. And also, I have procrastinated in this area, paying parking tickets. The $5 parking ticket turns into a $10 parking ticket, a $20 parking ticket, a $25 parking ticket. So I have procrastinated in the area of parking tickets. Well, the book Procrastination has lots of other ideas how to deal with procrastination, what causes procrastination, some of the faulty thinking of a procrastinator. So I would highly recommend that book. I'm going to go into further detail about procrastination on my next blog, and you can check that out at simplylaura5word.wordpress.com. And so if you like the content that's contained on my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment or two. Let me know in what areas do you procrastinate. Did you find yourself in some of these areas that I mentioned concerning procrastination? I know I saw myself in lots of those areas. But thank goodness we can always, if there's another day, we can always attempt to do better. And so I'm working on my areas of procrastination. I'm working on getting better. And trying not to procrastinate so much in the areas of things that I don't like doing, things that are less enjoyable, things that are not fun to me, or things that are long, hard, tedious, boring, unexciting. Well, anyway, that's my vlog for today. I'd like to thank you for listening and have a great and wonderful rest of the day and rest of the week. And until we meet again, as always, bye-bye, my friends.